Recently, Jimmy Highroller uploaded a video about the NBA changing, and I really enjoyed it, but I wanted to break down some things he said and the effect the things he pointed out can have. The overall theme of the video is about how the league has shifted to a more offensive game, which I'm sure we all already know. But that's causing three things to happen which I've pointed out on this channel before, which is offensive rating changing, defense efficiency decreasing, and the small ball / 3-point revolution. In Jimmy's video, he talked about how there is no clear shooter on each team. In previous years, roles tended to be pretty laid out. Guards got steals and shots from mid-range and further, forwards and centers got rebounds, blocks, and points in the paint. But now, everyone can shoot the ball, from anywhere. There is no clear shooting role on the team anymore, and anyone can score 40 plus a night, no matter their position. This can be shown by the height of the league decreasing to make more small ball teams, as well as the evidence playing out right in front of our eyes, like centers such as Cat scoring 60 in a game and winning the 3-point contest. Some of you may not realize the significance of what I just said, so I'll say it again. Karl Anthony Towns, a 7-foot center, won the 3-point contest. Of course, we can also see this by just simply watching any games and seeing how many threes are attempted now. The Warriors-Celtics final, for instance, was an all-out shootout of just shots beyond the arc. After the Warriors won a championship in 2015, the league has continuously been trying to build a similar offense composed of 3-point shooters. So far, this has simply just worked, which is why teams have been doing it so often. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and then just have the rest of the league try to copy you. Until ultimately, the entire league can shoot threes. Okay, so we've established the change to offense and why it is happening. But the question is, why does this matter? Well, previously, I also talked about how NBA and many sports follow a cycle as time goes on. A team builds a strategy, another team thinks of a counter strategy, then the original team or teams thinks of a counter strategy to the counter strategy, and so on. Well, in terms of the NBA, that means that defense and offense fluctuate. In a recent video, I touched on this exact topic in an instance where it happened in a short amount of time. The 2015 season was the least competitive season because, again, the Warriors figured out how to crack the code and have a more efficient offense than the opposing defenses. However, the season right after was the most competitive because teams created more efficient defenses to have a 0 net rating. But immediately afterwards, the Warriors again did the same thing and modified their offense to outperform the defense and win another title. This is an example of this fluctuation happening in a short amount of time, but the 3-point offense has been outperforming the defense for years now, which leads to huge 50, 60, or even 71-point games we've been seeing on a daily basis, it seems now. Jimmy made the point that one reason this has happened is because the small ball and 3-point revolution started happening around the early 2010s, meaning if players drafted now are in their 20s, this 3-point revolution started when they were in their teens at the latest, meaning as they grew up and developed their game, they focused more importance on the 3-point and took that into the NBA. That means more 3-point shooters in the NBA, which means more players growing up seeing that 3-point, creating more 3-point shooters exponentially, and creating this whole new era of the NBA. So how long does this play style last? Well, again, this play style has been around and expanding exponentially for so long because it works. The only way to stop it is to create a strategy to stop this offense. But seeing as how this transition has lasted nearly a decade, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. Again, coaches and GMs are seeing the 3 working and copy it rather than fighting against it. And it's difficult to come up with a defense against this when they're all spread out across the arc. The secret is it won't change for a while, at least until we get a phenomenal defensive player to shake things up for times to come. There are several people that could be great defensive players. Prime Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, Kawhi Leonard, and so on. But this won't change until a generational talent gets introduced, meaning someone like Dikembe Mutombo, Dennis Rodman, Hakeem, Bill Russell, and those types of ultimate defensive players. Once that starts to see success, then kids can start to develop their defensive skills just like they were developing their three, leading to more and more defensive players and a resurgence of defense.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.